Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for philosophy. We may get a little direct listing in the meantime, so we'll get on that. However, here's your disclaimer. If you are not interested in personal development, religious concepts, any of that stuff would offend you. If you really don't want anything but live 24-hour stock market news and trades brought to you by Carl's Jr., you're not going to like this moment. So we do it because we think it ties a direct correlation between philos and success, how we want to live our life. You know, this is we all share a lot of like-minded interests here. We believe it helps us. The ultimate goal is to be successful as individuals, build up wealth so we could support the people we love, our communities, and this is a very important part to that. However, now, you don't have to like it. That's okay. I'm telling you this now. We don't want to mislead you. We don't want to waste your time. If it is about success, the best advice for success is never be in a place where you don't really want to be there. So telling you what's going to happen, you could leave for about 15, 20 minutes, come back later, no harm, no foul. If you have to tell people that you're leaving and don't like it, you're just going to get banned. At that point, it's just petty. So I encourage you to stay. I think it will help you. That's why we do it. If not, it's all love. Hopefully, I see you soon. And if you do see any trades, call them out too. We're still in the game, baby. So, as far as my people who love the philo, I got something for you. I really, really do. And I'm excited. I'm really, 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 really excited. There's a lot of things associated with this. And honestly, we talked about it kind of a little bit today. A few different things came up. So I am excited about this. It's beautiful. We're going to talk about building. And that's what everything. Again, think about what we talked about. I've been saying it today, building. A lot of people with what they want. People want to do certain things. Let's talk about building. I'll give you another analogy. I mean, and that's why I'm saying, even when I told some of you guys, says it in Strangest Secret in the World, you become what you think about. It would be absurd for you to build up something of value and not get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? So some of you guys, a lot of people, we focus on things, but we miss some of the parts. I mean, so let me ask you this. Honestly, I told you yesterday. Remember I told you about that development in real estate I was looking at? And I said I told lending tips don't get all Hollywood on me. And it was a development. It's pure land. They're building up brand new properties. And just think about that. How do you build a house? You don't just, and you're going to see these concepts we're going to talk about too. Let me actually, before I get into this, I'm going to bring up two different concepts. But then this is tying in all of the reminders. It really is, because I want you guys to understand why have you guys noticed? I didn't notice it even till I figured this philosophy out last night. When I was thinking, I was doing my thing, it made sense. All of these reminders are important, and I want you guys to see. Have you noticed I've been reminding you a lot? And I've been saying all of these philosophies. It's a reminder. 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 Some of them you've heard. Reminder, have no fear. Reminder, God's there. Reminder, God's watching. You've heard that from me a lot if you've been listening. So this should help tie some things in and show you the importance of those reminders as well too. So back to the building. The first concept is you don't build by just saying something. When you go to a development, when you go see a piece of land, you want to build something. You don't build it by saying, I want to build it. That's not enough. Honestly, it's this, and again, think about it. It's kind of, why don't people want to build? Or, we'll talk about that, but that's just the idea. Exactly. That's what it's action versus talking. But now that's not how it works. How it works, though, even if you do get to the next, okay, I want to build. Everything starts with an idea. Indeed. All just starts in your mind. It starts in your head. Then you go from there. So you say, I want to build the house, but then what's next? How it works in the development world, you got to get the contractors, you got to get the land plot, you got to get an architect, you need a design. That's where a plan comes in. It's funny, most builders, they don't like to build without a plan. And then most bad builders, some of you want to build your first house, you want to get into real estate development, you're going to fail because you didn't have you didn't have a vision for what you wanted to build. You just got the land, you started building. Some people could do it, but you got to calculate the costs. You got to figure out what's it going to look like. How are we going to shape it? What are the materials going to be? All of this different stuff. And now I could get into it. It's a whole nother philo. We could talk about how they build. Honestly, it's really the process, even in California versus other places, about digging and the foundation and going down. I'm not going to talk about that, though. I just want you to think about how it starts. You don't build by just saying something. And when it gets past the saying stuff, there's a few more things. There's these steps. I'm really talking about action here. Now, let's look at the other side. Most people don't want to build. Think about it. Why don't people want to build a house? How come you guys don't want to build a house as your first property? Why don't people like to build things in general? Hard work, daunting, time, takes too long, too much money, commitment, time, too much work, costs more, have to wait more. Does it cost more? It may cost less. You may even get exactly what you want. Imagine being able to build. But a lot of people don't do it. Now, I'm talking about a house, but we could talk about everything. A lot of people don't want to build. You want it instant. Honestly, as somebody, I know building. I know how it could work. I don't like to build either when it comes to real estate. If I can, I try, if it makes sense. But man, turnkey is so much easier. A lot of us, that's what you call it in real estate. When you buy a property and it's called turnkey, all they're saying about that is it's turnkey. All you got to do is stick the key in, turn it, and that house is ready to live in. You just got to turn on the lights, turn on the AC, fill up the cabinets. It's turnkey, ready to go. That's what that term means, turnkey property. So it makes sense. We like it. I like it. We want to just buy a house. You want to settle into there. You know, you guys want to get stuff. I've noticed this. I know Mark said this. He said with like his sister-in-law or mother-in-law, and then I had a friend of mine. I had my sister. I've noticed this with people inexperienced with cars. Most of the time, they want it right away. That's why car dealerships run it up on people. They don't want to sit there and build a deal out. They don't want to build the deal. They don't want to make a deal. They see, I like it. It's pretty. I wanted this car. Oh, it has the seats. Just like a house emotionally. Just like a house. Because again, it's turnkey's easier. We like it. You know, think about it. Now I'm going to get a little deeper on you guys. This is what I talked about today when somebody said it. Said, let's stop cheating, you know? Everybody wants stuff. We don't want to build. And you have to understand this. So I'm telling you, there's the idea of building. There's the thought. But what about the action? And knowing what it's going to really take. But people don't want to build. Honestly, some of you guys are successful. Some of you have successful jobs. Maybe some of you are killing it at trading. Some of you guys are doing well in here. Whatever it may be. You know, I know Zach has a cool job. Zach sells, remember Zach's 11 out of 11? He's selling all that stuff online, making racks. They love it. You guys hear, I've noticed you guys will hear 11 out of 11 sometimes, and you'll hear some of these stories from people, and then instantly, right away, you guys are, I want to do that. How do I get it? I've noticed most people, honestly, even with me, when they hear me and they see stuff, they want your job. People want your job because they think it looks easy. Like even then, they're like, I wish I could be Zach up there. I wish I could make $100K a month selling on eBay. Oh, I wish I could do this because what do they see? You see Zach. You see, oh, he's just going on eBay. He's buying this. Oh, I want that. I want to sit at home and make $100,000 a month on eBay. Oh, you see Josh. You look at me on stream. You really just think I'm sitting here clicking start stream and just talking. That's it. Like, I don't wake up I have to wake up on the West Coast, whatever it may be, but you want people, I want to do that. How do I do that? It's funny, we all want positions. We all want these jobs. Oh, come on, you want to be a pro trader. Everybody wants to make money trading at home. They want to make money in real estate, doing all this different stuff. But they don't want to build a career. Everybody wants to get into this. They say, I want to be that. But they don't want to build a career. Why do you think everything I tell you? I say real estate. Have you noticed I've said that term a lot? I said build a career. I said it yesterday too to somebody. They don't want to build a career. Don't want to, they want to watch the credit spread, but they don't want to build the foundation. They don't want to learn how to do it. It's building because, it takes time. It's not turnkey. It's not easy. You don't just get to show up and get paid. It's not like all this. It's pretty interesting. People kind of they don't want to build a career. They just want it to happen. Isn't that, again, it's kind of absurd. But think about it. Just want it to happen. I just want to end there and then want it to happen. They don't want to learn and progress and earn it, but they want it. And now, again, too, I'm not calling anybody out. I hope you guys can recognize this is all of us. You know what I'm saying? All of us in some way, shape, or form have this in us. Some of us like this, some of us like that. It all depends. So don't take it too personally. No, that's not. Again, because I fall in this same boat. I hope you guys know that. I want to make sure that. It's not like, we are all victim to this. We're all susceptible to the humanity of, again, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. You have the idea, you have the faith, but it's harder to do it. So now and again, that's the next part. You know that, right? Because faith comes by hearing. You guys remember I've told you that? It says it in the Bible. It says faith doesn't start anywhere. It says faith comes by hearing. Simply by hearing it. Honestly, some of you got faith. You didn't know what faith was, and you saw my crazy ass do some stuff. And you just heard it. You heard about positivity. Positivity comes through hearing. Remember he said it the other day. All I said, Kyle, one little word came into his ear. One little philo, and it changed his behavior. Faith comes through hearing. So that's good, right? Faith comes by hearing. Hearing is good. Listening is good. Having an idea is good. That's where it starts. But you must act on it and do something with it. It doesn't just happen. And this is the real part I want to tell you guys with it. Because it's like you don't just learn about stocks and then you're a master. It's not like you just watch one credit spread video. You watch one long-term video. You watch me for a damn year. It's not like you just sit there, it comes in your ears, and then boom, you're doing it good. It's not. You what happens is you guys have to apply it, learn, fail from it, do better, progress. That's the part of building, but ultimately, the final word is you earn it. And now all of you deserve it. Every single one of you can earn it. It's not like, he earned that. Every single one of you can. But putting all of this together, that's what it is. And I'm saying stocks because I hope you could understand that. Because it's the same thing with God and life. That's why I'm saying it's both philo, but you see it everywhere. It doesn't matter what you want to build. Anything. You want to build a good life. You have faith. You believe something. I want to be a positive person. You don't just listen to the philo. You don't just listen to these words. Make some good small decisions, and then you're like, oh, look at that. I listened to this, and now I do that. Nobody does that. Nobody just hears it. Oh, I watched the credit spread video, and now I just sell 90% all the damn time. I don't even do it. I made the damn video. Nobody does that. You make some good decisions. You make some bad decisions. You fall back a little bit. You learn. You make good decisions. You make bad ones. You learn about life. You literally get experience. And then you learn something. This is the best part. You learn something that cannot be given to you. You literally earn that. Do you see what I'm saying? I want to be a positive person. You hear something, it comes in. You have the faith. You try to be positive. It works for 2 weeks. You wake up one morning, someone pisses you off. And then you realize your account still hasn't changed. And now you're getting angry. And now you're mad after 2 weeks of being positive. That's supposed to happen. That's what I'm trying to explain to you guys right now, because this is the process of doing it. Do you see what happens now? That's where you really learn. It's not that you heard it and did it. It's that you heard it, you did it, it had an effect, and now you have to respond to it. That's not fucking life where you're like, oh, I'm happy all the damn time. Woohoo! Nah. That experience you're going to get is learning. Like, okay, I remember I was happy. I was on it, but then I fell back because of this. But now I got that. It's what you do after that. You keep going. You get an experience. But then moving forward, it's giving you something. That's why I said, even with God and everything, man, you learn something that cannot be given to you. I cannot give you that experience. Like TLT, you saw it. Some of you experienced it. And even whatever happened following that, you're still doing it. What you think TLT was just learning about the bonds? Get out of here. It was learning about the bonds. It went up, and then you had to learn how to manage when it went down. The real experience was the final thing, not what got you there. It's like you learned something, it changed something, you're living through life, you got this, but then something happens. The question is, do you take what you learned and what you've gained, and now do you stick to that faith, that idea, that belief, and then go from that point? That is the key. And there's a reason why I'm telling you guys, you learn about experiences, and even through me, I've learned about God. That's why even when I've told you this, I said, remember yesterday, I said, I'm experiencing stuff in my life, but I'm so much more equipped to handle it now because I've already done it before. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I've gone through that now, so it doesn't affect me how it did. But I remember a few years ago, it would have been different. And then a few years before that, it would have been different. It's about moving forward. But you learn about God in the process. Like, why do you think I believe what I believe? That's what I've said. I told you guys, you guys have that history. You can see when the devil has lied to you. At the same time with God, I don't have this relationship with God because I just read the book and my parents said this. No, I hated it actually because of that. Because I went through my life. I said, I believe this. I had success and failure. I moved forward. I had setbacks. But through all of those experiences, I remained focused and I learned something about it. I learned something about myself. I learned something with how to manage my money, how to manage my life. And ultimately, I learned about God. I learned about how the world even works, how people function. You don't just learn that overnight. You guys are asking some of the skills that I have. How did you get that? It's focusing on it, but through all the stages of life, it's continuously building off of it. And that's what building is. And pretty much, this is why I say you earn it. Because God couldn't teach you the lesson, the world, whatever you want to say. God couldn't have taught you that just giving it to you. Do you get that? Because again, we don't value what's given to us. Think about that. So if you say, oh, I listened to this. Oh, I'm positive now. And okay, God just gives you didn't earn it. So if a problem comes your way, you don't know how to stay positive because you didn't earn it. You didn't experience a negative situation and then have to fall back on positivity and then watch it come to fruition. You didn't because you didn't earn that. You never been through it. You didn't get to experience that. So some of us are getting mad that we don't have what we want yet, or it's like, why can't I just get this? It would have hurt you more. You wouldn't earn it. You wouldn't get anything out of it. Nothing works like that. You don't just get it. You have to build it. Everything is just getting built. All of you, that's development. It's getting built. You gotta get built, baby. But if it's handed to you, that's why. Some people get frustrated though. Right? We get frustrated when it doesn't work out our way, and then we fall back into the old. You didn't learn it. That's what that moment is trying to show you. And even if you did fall back, that's for a reason. Even falling back the first time, giving up after the first failure is something you have to experience and learn. Because then your next stage, you're going to be like, oh, I remember. And I was like that. I was hot for a little bit, and then I got cold, and then I turned around. And then maybe a few years later, who knows, a few months, I don't know. You're going to remember that and see, damn, if I just stuck with it, I would have been there. But now you know, and don't get frustrated by that. That's you learning something. Now you just learned why not to spin your wheels. You just learned about the long-term chair right there. I told you, every time I made the long-term portfolio, I've told every single one of you, I'm not going to let you do what I've done, my biggest mistake at times, and what I've seen many people do. I'm not going to let you sit here in the stock market, pay for shit, go do all of this without owning long-term stocks and letting them sit there. When if you did that 5 years ago, 10 years ago, again, we could look back. We've already experienced it. You've already learned that. So I said, I'm not going to let you do that. I refuse. That's my main goal at the end of the day. Where you're going to sit here, you knew about the stock market 5 years ago, and you didn't own anything. Not going to let that happen. But I had to learn that from failure. I had to learn that from, I did succeed in some areas early, but then I failed at other points, and I had to learn. I had to learn to keep an open mind. I didn't learn to keep an open mind until I had a closed mind, and I failed at it. And I missed stuff, and it hurt, and I didn't understand. But man, when it did click, it led to, and that was the process. God was trying to show me something. The world was trying to show me success. The economy was showing, whatever you want to call it. It was trying to show me that. You all have to understand. That's why you can't get frustrated. You have to keep building. You really have to understand that. It's led to a lot of things. But it's this process. You couldn't have learned these lessons. You couldn't have really gotten what you wanted without the whole process of building. Again, when you build a house, there's a process. And this is what the process is doing. Do you see what I'm saying? The simple process is acting and making movement at what you're doing just by doing. You say you're going to go do a long term. Go learn the credit spread video. Go paper trade. Go do something so you can, because again, you could hear everything I'm saying, but if it doesn't lead to a paper trade, it doesn't lead to a long term, it doesn't lead to you saving 10%. Do you see what I'm saying? You can't run into a success or failure that's going to mold you where you need to go. As simple as that. You have the faith. You came through it by hearing, but you got to do something with it. And that's it. Palantir's live. Palantir is live. 30% premium. Hold on. How many shares? 64 million. Damn. I want to see how it's going to move. No, I'm gonna watch. I like to just watch the first one, and we already kind of saw the other direct listing. We'll see how it plays out. Or I mean, oh whoa, that was a big candle, dude. Holy. Dog, that's a big dude. These are crazy candles for this size of a float. Oh, dude. It shouldn't move like that. Bro, for a 10, like this should be a slow mover. What the hell is wrong? All right. I grabbed 200 shares at 1040. I like that. Just looks crazy. I'm getting that just because it just looks crazy. This thing this is not moving like a $10 stock. So I'm gonna hold those 200 shares and then I'm gonna finish the philo. crazy candles on there. But I'm going to try to make these free shares, kind of like the snow and anything else. But if I have to hold them long, I will. But like I'm saying, it's through this process of doing, you guys. That's really what it's going to focus on, is just making sure you guys just do it. Do something. But that's what I'm saying. It's in build. But the process isn't you guys. I mean, not you guys. All of us. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking of that when we had that. Everyone wants something without building it, and we hate the building part. But I'm trying to tell you guys, embrace it for real. Because if you could embrace it, and you could build and understand that by facing the challenge and then starting and then doing it, it's going to be different for you. But it's through that process the world will teach you the stuff that you need to know. Very, very simple. So your growth and development comes from the process of doing. What you believe or have faith in, or the goal you set. Whatever it is. I don't care whatever you believe, have faith. It's reflected through doing. Because you could believe something, but don't tell me you believe it till it's failed and you kept going. Or don't tell me you believed in something and have faith in something till something's changed and you have a little more difficulties and you keep going. That's going to be the key. Really, really, really will be the key. You know, I'll finish it with this. I've told you guys have heard me say this. This is another one of those philos. But the journey is more important than the destination. You know, we've said this before. You guys don't hear stories of people who are successful. Like, think about it. When you guys become successful, when you become the first billionaire in the Chad, and, you know, you're going to buy me a house and everybody else houses, and you do all that beautiful stuff, right? What do you think's going to happen? Are you going to tell people, oh, yeah, I'm rich. Yo, I'm successful. Yo, you're not going to believe this. I wasn't rich and now I'm rich. Is that how your story is going to sound to people? They're going to think you're a dickhead. You're not even going to tell that story. You know, you're going to be like, oh, man, you're not going to believe what happened. 90% of what you're going to tell me is everything up until you got successful. Everything will be about all those little stories teaching you. Everything is going to be focused on a very minor part of the success, the end destination. You're not going to focus on it. That's why I'm saying it's absurd. Because we're saying, I just want this. I just want that. Isn't that interesting? So that's why I'm saying some of you guys, you know, build. Focus on building. Focus on building. And that's why some of you guys, you know, again, I said it with the credit spreads today. Some people are like, what if I only have one contract? What if there's only this? What if there's only that? Build. You got to start somewhere. Like, you want to be with me selling $10,000 collateral plays, you got to build up to that point. Eventually you will. But you're not going to learn. You need to learn what you need to learn, you see? The market has to teach you. You have to learn about yourself. You have to learn how to handle money, how you react in situations. But if you just want it there, that's it. You're saying, give me the destination. Like, what? Is that going to be your story? No. It's not. So, it's pretty simple. It really is. Understand the process of building and start doing it, so you could experience that. That's what I'm trying to tell you, just what learning is. You see what I'm saying? You can't learn until you do it a little bit. The learning comes from, I learned about this. I heard it. I hear it. I applied it, then something happened. Learning is what you do when something happened. Do you realize that's the stage of learning? Because when I tell you about stuff, it's exposure. You're getting exposed to it, but you're still developing, remember? But you didn't learn it yet. Learning can't happen until you've embraced the concept, you believe, you have faith, and you're getting exposed to all that. But it's what you do on that next step. So don't ever forget that, okay? And focus on them and take pride in building and ask yourself, why would I want to build anything in my life unlike how anything else is built? You see what I'm saying? 11:30 is going to be crazy. If it breaks through 11:30, it's going to go nuts. The L2 on that, I'm looking at the demand. If it breaks through 11:30, the thing is going to go crazy. I figured out my problem was bothering me. I'm not taking action. Exactly. So remember we talked. That's why I said throw in an offer. You'll see what happens. You're going to learn. You're going to experience something. So I hope it helps. I hope you guys are able to do something with it. But understand the process of learning and understand how doing is going to develop you. That is going to be the key, my friends. So let's build stuff. Let's stop trying to get it already built so we could actually earn it. And in the sense of get something that we wouldn't learn the same thing if it was handed to us. Honestly. Like imagine if the Colt, like it's like if you handed the Colt to me 2 years ago, this wouldn't have worked. Even then, if you handed the Colt to me today without us building this from 70 people. Think about that. 70, we built it. Every single day. All of that. It would have been different. That's what I'm saying. Do you think I would appreciate it the same? If it was just handed? Oh, you're crazy. You think I would have learned how the chat is? I would have learned about this and that. I would have learned how we would have been able. No, we wouldn't value it. You get to learn the true value of it, of course. Why do some of you value the chat more than others? You've built something within here. You've built a relationship with me. You've built a long-term chair. Yeah, see? Amen. Do you know what the phrase is? We build different. We are not built different. Do you understand the difference? Oh, y'all don't feel me. That's the difference between bought versus buy. We build things different, but we are not built different. I don't want it if it's built. Do you get it? None of you from here on out want anything that's built. Maybe a house. That's it. That's why I want you guys to do this shit. All of you. That's why I don't want anything from you. That's it. Something I don't want you to partner with. I want you. Imagine being around people who all know how to build, and who build and build. And maybe sometimes we will need help from each other. That's why God put us here, to help one another, support your brothers, support your sisters, all the people there. But you got to learn to build. You have to be a builder. I don't want people what? I want it built. I can hand it to you. You want me to give it? There you go. That's why they like Jesus. You know that? Jesus even called them out on it. He said, you're not following me because you believe. He said, you're following me because I fed you. I turned 2 fish into food and I fed you. That's it. See, anybody loves things that's built. But people don't like building. The harvest is plenty, but the workers are few. I've told you this. They told you that 2,000 years ago. There's a lot that could be built, that you could build. Nobody wants to do it. If you do it, you have something for you. I want to trade. You want to build it. Build. That's why people get mad at me. They're saying, Josh, I want you to build me something. I say, no, let me teach you how to build. I could watch over you. I could stand next to you while we build. We could build together. They say, no, build it for me. Give me the building. I say, no. Why not get a hammer? You can sit here, watch. I'm going to show you how to build it. Because when you build it, you know everything about it. You know that, right? You know everything about it. You want me to give you the play, the credit. You don't know anything about it. I built it. That's what I want you to understand. You got to build it. And yes, it will be slower. It will not, he's not going to like it, whatever. But you will build. And you're going to get way, way more. Because once it's built, you've earned it. And don't even take this like I earned it. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying like you just like it makes it like it clicks in your head. Earn it. You know what I'm saying? There's no cognitive dissonance. There's no like, how did I get here? Honestly, sometimes I've said this before. Like sometimes I feel like my life is a dream in ways where like I'm like, this is unreal. God is good. I'm just like, it's so weird. But you gotta, man, it's crazy. It's trippy. It's really, really trippy. But it just clicks in my head. It's just like there's no. I was like, but it is real. We know what it was. You start from something, but you build again everything. Literally, he said, I'm going to build up a temple and then tear it down and then build it up again. Everything was built. You need to focus on the building, and it will focus on that. It will give you way more than you could ever expect. But that is where the focus is going to be. And I want you guys to really never forget this. But do you see why I'm saying the reminders are important? Because every philo I gave you, you're supposed to hear it once and you're a new person. It's supposed to be there as a reminder for whenever life throws anything at you. You have your information to fall back and now use that in your experience so that you can develop and grow from there. So you can build. Every philo is a tool. But you don't just use the tool once and never pick it up again. I could give you this tool today. Some of you, it may never apply to you till maybe a year down the road. But you have the tool now. So you're like, oh. The test is, do you use the tool or not? Do you build upwards or do you fall back? Or maybe you get confused like property. Like when you build, ironically, to build up, in most places, you have to start by digging down. So if you're not used to building and you don't want to build, and I'm telling you, hey, let's build, and I'm telling you to start digging, and you're going the opposite direction, if you don't want to build and you don't like, you're like, well, this doesn't make any sense. Then you're going to dig and walk away. Because it was going down, because you thought it's supposed to go up, but I'm like, that's how we're supposed to build it. See what I'm saying? But you think it's digging. I love it. So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Keep these reminders. All these reminders are important, but it's never supposed to like hit you once and like, okay, I'm a good person now. I'm successful. Oh, I'm a disciplined individual. Oh, I'm financially mature. I know how to. That doesn't just fucking happen. That's number 5. It's small good decisions. It's stringing them together, and it's when you do fail at it, it's how you bounce back and learn. It's through that. It's experience it, but building it. Build it, but that's all. I rebuke this spirit of trying to get it built, of trying to just have it without. I don't want that. You shouldn't either. You really shouldn't. Unless it's an existing property. But you get me. You get me. There's something different. I agree. Fuck a handout. 6. That's a quote. But at the same time, be smart. Know when there. That's why I said, know your community. Know the people around. Know when you may need, God will put you in, when you need it, know when you don't. But at the same time, Number one should be this. That's why a guy said, hey, will you do this? I'll give you a percentage of this. No, you're going to build it. You don't need to give me a commission or anything. Just listen to me and take your damn time and build it. I'm going to watch you. You're going to see me building as well. You're around other people building their little houses. You're going to screw in the wrong screw. You're going to hammer the wrong thing. You may build it backwards. But until you build it backwards, you will not know how to deconstruct it and build it the right way. I can't. That's it. But you want me to just give it to you. Life, even positivity. We said that positivity is hard. Hard work. Because you don't know positivity just because you hear a positive guy. Like, honestly, I could get real aggressive and I'm a real positive guy. That doesn't mean I'm like, oh, yeah, all the damn time. No. Go put me in a difficult position. Go give me 20 reasons to not be positive. And I have my faith. I will look at it. That's what it is. So you got to build. You're going to build. It's going to be slower. But you're going to build it yourself. You have to have faith that you can build it. You have faith that I'm going to build. That's why most people don't want to build sometimes too. It's not only just laziness. It's not only just people want easy things. People are scared. I don't know how to build. What if I build it the wrong way? What if I do it like this? It's okay. That's the point. Worst thing, it just takes time. And if it takes time, that's your time, and that means it's your timing to get you to that level. But it's going to be slow. It's never going to be given. If it's given to you, it's a trick. Promise you. That's why, I give you guys a lot, but I don't. Because I'm not giving you something pre-packaged. I'm giving you something, even the stream alerts by itself, you got to do something to it. You got to build. I could give you a bunch of little kits. I got a little Ghetto Spread kit. I got a long-term chair kit. I'm literally giving you prefab homes. You got to still fucking build it and find the land. 7. No one's going to do your job. Yes, but that's not even the point I'm saying. You will never learn and experience until you do the job. By doing the job, you will learn what works and what doesn't, but that is what's the real litmus test of learning and moving forward with it. See, it's not one to say like, oh, yeah, I don't want to, it's not lazy, it's not this. It's saying how it happens, how the building is built, the development process. Obviously, you need some level of work from it, but until you dig a hole in that land, you don't know what's underneath. You really don't. You see what I'm saying? And until you find what's underneath the soil, it's either going to say, okay, I made a good decision. Or now for the rest of your life, you know not to go to that soil. But that's what the plan is. It's to learn that. And then what do you do with that? But just don't get frustrated that it's taking a long time to build when naturally everything takes a long time to build and you haven't built it yet. Or because now you made this thing and you're like, oh man, now you get a soil report. But you wouldn't learn that until you failed that. And maybe somebody told you, maybe they didn't. So, I encourage you all to build, enjoy the process, and understand that God is trying to show you something, and God wants to teach you all a lot of things and give you a lot, but he can't if you're just sitting there crying and complaining, asking for something to be built for you. He's saying, I'm trying to show you this. It's just like me trying to say, I'm trying to show you the spreads. Literally, the hand is out, bro. I'm reaching my hand out to you. I could only imagine what God in the world is. Really. It's on you to take the risk. You're going to fail. You're going to go in this. Who cares, dude? But you see what I'm saying? Got to do it. He wants to show you something. I want to show you something, but until you try, We can't do it. There's a disconnect. You just got to cross over that line. Once you get into my jurisdiction of trying, I got you. But if you stay there, we can't. You're never going to learn. You're never going to fail. And if you're scared of failing, you're never going to learn, dude. You're never going to cross over that scary. Come on. Enter Chattadonia. You got to try. It's going to be slow. Oh, you may even have to get your own materials. Woo! But at least you're going to learn how to source it. You're going to learn how to get the materials. You're going to learn what material's good and what's bad. What's good soil? What's bad soil? What's a good seed? What's a bad seed? What's a good investment? What's a bad investment? Because you had to learn and get it. I didn't just feed it to you and throw fucking berries at you. 9. Should I get belting you with berries? There you go. You want food? Bear? There. Duh. You don't know. One day you might eat poison. Because you never learned that. And you'll be worse off. Build, my friends, and try. The world, God, whatever it is begging to teach you something. But you can't unlock it if you're just scared to move in that situation, or you don't want to build, or you want to ease. You see what I'm saying? We can't until you do it. So please do it. The world is waiting. You know that. It says that in Earl Nightingale. The world does not care. The universe does not care what you aspire to. You will reap what you sow. The mind does not care. You want to be a bum? You want to do nothing? You want to be a singer? Anything. Whatever you're content with. The world doesn't care. Even God doesn't care. He loves you, but if you want to do something, you're going to do it. The universe is waiting for you to decide. And the minute you aim high and set that goal high, oh man. The universe says, okay, that's what he wants. That's what he wants, we'll give it to him. If all you want is to sit at home, all you want is a little bit of paper, buy some of this, he'll have fun, this and that, the world will give you that. Why do you think people are in whatever situation they want? They decided. The world didn't care. The world's not going to throw a fit. You could be the most talented individual. 90% of you are smarter and more naturally blessed than I am. And if you decide to settle on anything less, the world isn't going to be like, oh, that guy with all the talent only wanted that? Okay. That's what the world's going to be like, okay. And then give it to you. So I'm trying to say there's other people, there's other forces that want this just as much as you do. And they want to give you something, but you got to go out and get it. Got to reach a little bit, baby. And in the process of reaching is the process of building. So do it. Okay? I love you all, and I hope to be surrounded by some expert builders. And I'm excited to see what all of you guys are going to build in the future. And one wrong plank, you put something there, any setback, you got the wrong material. To have faith that that's there to show you how to do it the right way. And it's better to fail now before the building is finished so that we could fix it now. And then we're going to build more. And then you could build for other people. And that's the beautiful thing. And it's awesome. But you see what I'm saying? Don't skip the steps. Some people are like, oh, I want to help a lot of people with this. I need you to learn the building first. And watch what's going to happen. That's why, how do I get my homies to do this? Go build your house. Show them that you earned it. Show them that you know how. It's not like earned it. It's not like you earned it. It has nothing to do if you made $1 million or not. You could tell when someone earns it, honestly. If I didn't make a dime, even back a year ago, some of you guys are watching this. If I didn't show anything, you didn't see 200 grand, whatever it was, you could tell by what I could explain. You could tell I've been through it. It's the same thing for you guys, and then you'll see. People will notice. Okay? So I'm excited. I really can't wait. Really can't wait. You guys are going to build. And if you want a big house but you don't want to build, I encourage you to come learn how to build it. You got more in store. And eventually you'll learn. Some of you guys are in the process where you don't want to build yet. And that in and of itself is learning. Because at one point you're going to hit a wall and you're like, I should have built. And now you've learned the consequence of not trying to build. See that? Yes, failing is part of the journey. Amen. But that is your philo, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you guys are subscribed. We're live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. Drop your thumbs up on the video. You're on mobile, press hide chat, X out the chat, hit the thumbs up button. Second link for the nightly watch list and main channel. First link for the Scream Alerts Bootcamp and Real Estate course. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity.